All right, fam. So about to have a chart and chill type setup. Chart and chill, charts and chill. I want to go over some basic information and mistakes that I made over the one period of time. So currently got US 30 on here. How to trade US 30. Trade US 30 and my screen. All right. Okay. I want to get into going live for a minute and stuff and share my knowledge and journaling tracking my whole journey when it comes to trading, right? So basically, right now, I want to go over mistakes and a lot of things that have been holding me back when it comes to trading the market. So it's like, if it is something that I come to understand when it comes to the market and stuff like that, when it comes to the market and stuff like that, is that trading, everybody I think already know this, right? Trading, to me, trading not 80% psychology, bro. Trading to me is like 90% psychology. It's way more psychological. Trading way more psychological than people actually think because excuse excuse me. So it's like the market that do the same repetitive things over and over, but it all depends on how we approach the market. The market repeats itself countless amount of time. If you actually look at what a market actually does it just repeat structure all the time, repeat support and resistance countless amount of time, right? It repeats the same thing. But the things that I've been struggling with or I struggle with for a long period of time when it comes to the market is when it comes to like looking into risk management. I would say like risk management, it would be like risk management, being disciplined, creating a good trading plan and following it because I created trading plans a lot of different times, bro, and I never followed them actually. Because like it's like somewhere down the line you'd just fall off of that track trying to follow that to follow the plan, which is risk management and creating the trading plan according to the strategy that you're trying to trade and all of these different things. It just to mess you up somewhere down the road. But if you're a trader that you could actually just remain disciplined one day at the time, and this is something that I'm telling myself at this point. As a great trader, you have to remain disciplined one day at the time, one session at the time, and carry that same mindset over and over and over. It's a repetitive amount of things that you have to repeat. Because if you could just definitely, if you could just actually, um, if you could actually just come to that point where you could remain disciplined one day at the time, where you could just, today I'm be disciplined for this day. This is something that I used to tell myself countless amount of time, and I used to do it. Remaining disciplined one day at the time is the one thing that could take you from this point to the other point. It could take you from here to another stage. Like if you try to say, I'm be disciplined this whole week, it's like that's a good mindset to have, but at the same time, it doesn't work. For me, at least, this is me talking about me personally. It's like if I try to be with this mindset that I'm be disciplined throughout the whole week, I think it got work, but I have to break it down in pieces. If I have to control risk, I have to try to do that each trade. And this is me breaking this down now for me and my journey at this point. It's like this is the approach that I could take when it comes to trading the market. Because it's like the market really simple, but when it comes to the point that you actually just trade in the market, all the craziness then trading the market in the way that you know actually sometimes we end up trading the market the way we not never back tested it, the way we not never forward tested it, the way we not never mark it up before, and that to make it way worse than any other thing. Like honestly, to make it super worse, because if you not practice something before, how you got actually come to the point to trade the market in a certain way that you never had the approach before. So that messed me up in trading for a long period of time. And I think like now I ready to actually start to share my journey, to start to track my journey seriously and make money and make profit from this market because it's like having a 9 to 5 job is a setback for people that are actually trying to become rich, which I want to become rich at some point and make a lot of money. And having a job really not gonna cut it. It's like the 9 to 5 job is something that can actually help you to be able to sustain yourself and create business if you want or whatever. But if you could just treat trading, this is the way I'm looking at it now. Like I'm gonna treat trading like a business, like one of my business. I already have a business, but I want to treat trading like my business and like a job in order for me to be able to propel to the next level and making thousands of dollars on in the market. Because it's not like it's super crazy or it's something from another dimension or it's something from another planet. It's like the charts literally just to show you who you is as a person by basically showing you all the time who you is, like by you creating the same mistakes over and over, you doing stupid shit over and over, which doesn't help in the market. If we look at the charts, whoever understand the charts and see how the market moves, right? It's like this creates the same patterns over and over and over and over. If we look at this, we could go over this at this point. I've been on the market this morning just checking it out. Just look at the market creating lower high, lower low, lower high point, lower low. Just like a little consolidation here. Then we got a lower low, another lower high point, another lower low point, lower high point, another lower low. Right here, it created one little higher high point, a higher low point, boom. This is a small version, is an inverse head and shoulder pattern. The market break to the upside, creating a higher high about that one right there. So that indicating that the market starting to shift in structure, right? Now we looking for buys. The market create higher low, higher highs, higher low, higher high. This is still on the inside of this, so this would be like a higher low point here. The same higher low point still remain and hold itself up. Then we created a higher high, higher low, higher high. We could go back in 15 years ago, or not 15, say like 5, 10 years ago, the market creates that same pattern over and over and over and over and over. If we come and we look at the market again, the market shifted coming down, bearish structure. This US 30, you know, if anybody trade US 30, you know how ugly he structure points him to be. It do never be something to say, well, it look beautiful, like say how gold would look or how Euro USD would look or something like that. It doesn't work like that on this one. But that's the case, right? So we actually have that there. Same structure point creating over and over. So now the market went from bearish to bullish. Higher high, higher low. Higher high, higher low. Higher high, same higher low point, and then it created a higher high point. So it's like the market just basically creates these same patterns over and over. Nothing actually changes most of the time, and it repeats itself throughout the day, throughout the week, throughout the month, throughout the year. And it just a complete perpetual system that it just creates the same thing most of the time. It never changes, never like it changes now and then it creates the pattern in a different way. And then sometimes it changes in the session. But everything that has to do with trading the chart, by my experience at this point, it has to do with how you approach the market on the mental side, right? Because if you could approach the market in the way that it can actually help you by protecting your account balance, by if you could just protect your account balance as much as you could, like protecting your account balance, staying just staying, I don't know, just staying disciplined 100% of the time, because there's no other way for you to actually make money in this market but protecting your capital. And trading with discipline, it's like doesn't matter what you do. If you trade, like I trade with discipline. This week I got actually fund my account and start trading the market. I've been out the market for probably like about a month and a half now, and I've been trading actually because of like, well, somebody in my family passed, so it's been like, okay, let me try to like set back. My mind wasn't right, everything wasn't on point, so I like take a step back to be able to get back to the charts, and I end up blowing my account in the whole part of like dealing with that. So right now it's like, let me just try to focus on coming back to the market slowly to try to like get back to making couple hundred, couple thousands. I want to get to the point that I could actually make big money in the market. And I feel like I right there, like I feel like I right there at that point right now to start to break these barriers, which all it is basically being patient and controlling risk and being disciplined. Journaling all of the trades them, doing the things them the way it's supposed to be done, like doing all of the things the way it's supposed to be done most of the time, instead of just doing it the opposite. Because it's like, how I could explain this. I've been trading the market since my daughter born 10 years ago. And I never made $10,000 yet. Never made $10,000 yet. This is me being honest. A lot of people that you would see trading the market did a lie. A lot of people, and it take me a while to learn that social media were pure BS. Social media would trap you in a mental state for you to try to actually trade the way other people that trade, to follow what they do, but all they're trying to do is sell you something. And I've been in that position. I've done gone through that. And people that just try to sell you shit, they're trying to get you to buy stuff, buy their course, buy some kind of mentorship, some shit like that. And then you end up in a position where you're still not making money, because all it has to do is with you personally. Trading has to do with you personally. And the more you emphasize that it is you that has to trade this market, it is you that have to develop a systematic way in your mind that suit your personality to trade this market. That's how it become profitable. And I don't learn that the hard way. It's like you can't make money in this market unless you understand yourself. You can't make money in the market unless you understand yourself. You can't make money in the market unless you train your mind to be disciplined, to stay focused, to control risk management, to be one of the most patient-ish trader that you could find, to be skillful in all of these things. It's like a combination of skill set in order for you to propel to be better and better and better. And it take me a while to understand and learn that ain't not nobody that can actually teach this to me unless I teach this to myself. I done had so many different courses, and I know I never had like a one-on-one mentorship, but I had different courses in where I had to like push myself to try to understand how this person would think, how this person would approach this, how this person would do that. When it's not that person that actually trading my capital, it is me that trading it. So when you get to the point that you have to understand yourself, that becomes the battle. If you could understand yourself good, you know what type of person you is, how to approach these things, how to control risk. Somebody could help you get better at this, but they're not gonna actually be the one to make you grow this because it's like everything goes on in your mind. It's like you can't actually have somebody else teach you this because they could teach it to you, but they can't apply it. That's the way to actually put it. They could teach it to you, but they can't apply it. You have to apply it yourself. So the best way that I learned to do that is repetitively repeating the same thing over and over, trying to get to the point where you got actually just, where you got actually get that confidence that you could put out all of this to be able to get better and better at this. And trade in the market, not the easiest task for a lot of people, but to me, it's like a $6-7 trillion movement in the market. It's a $6 trillion that moves in the market on a day-to-day basis. So it's like, what better than you having that point where you could make like 0.01% of that? One of the smallest chunk, you could just take that out of the market. You don't need nothing else beside that. It's like you just need to come and approach the market in a way that you could actually get that little bit of money out of the market. You understand? And not nothing else that you need. You just need a little bit of the money out of the market to quit your 9 to 5. And that's what I'm looking for in 2025 to 2026 is to not work hard no more. I'm a general contractor, but it's like you gotta keep doing that or you gotta approach the market in a different way because it's like that pays good money, but at the same time, I just love being on the charts. I love trading the market, and I feel like God put me here and teach me this for a reason. You understand? I learned this for a reason. God put this in front of me for a reason, and He got great things for me to do. So I got put Him first before this, God first. That I know that this could be the one thing that could take me to the next level when it comes to making money, to taking care of my family, to creating generational wealth. Because it's like I don't see nothing that's greater than this for me to become the best best version of myself. This has helped me so much learn how to be disciplined, learn how to take care of my body, learn how to treat myself, learn how to respect myself, learn how to be able to be more patient. I was one of the most impatient person that you could have find with me. I never been patient in my life. And now it's like I obligated to learn all of these things when I started trading because it wasn't no other option. It's like you either learn this or you're not gonna get better at this. This is part of what this trading thing is being patient. You have to sit on your hand 90% of the time and probably trade 10% of the time because if you think you could trade the market, if you actually think you could trade the market, if you think you could trade the market 90% of the time and just be waiting 10% of the time, you be in a lot of shitty trades and taking trades all over the place that actually doesn't benefit. So it's like when we look at these charts, bro, it's like that looks so beautiful. Now my mind even coming back to the charts now. Like I could see things that I wasn't seeing a few weeks ago. I could see patterns drawing themselves where I wasn't seeing a few weeks ago. It making more sense to me at this point while looking at the market right now because before I wasn't seeing it because my mind wasn't letting me see it. I was too zone out, I would say at this point, not actually focusing on the right thing. And now it kind of like, it could add up at this point. It making more sense now to see exactly what I need to see when it comes to the chart. So it's like we could see we got the support level here. We could tap into seeing that we have the support level here on what that is. We got support. We have the support level at this point, and we have the resistance level at this point. So it's like The market just take both of them out. So we actually just waiting for the market to start recreating structure. Next week, now the approach can be totally different. If we look at what the market did in the previous week, we could see that the market had this bearish downward movement right here. It's like we were going down right here. Let me switch that to one different color. We were going down right there. Then the market break this level of resistance right here that it was forming. The best way to get the most accurate price in the market is to follow the current price to give you what most price action I look to do next. Because if you following only the left side of the market, which this to be good for reference, right? This super good for reference to know what the market could do when it reached to that point. The market reach here, I know most likely it can find resistance and pull back. The market reach here, I know it can find resistance and pull back. The market reach somewhere around here or somewhere around here, I know it can find resistance and pull back. But the one thing about this chart is the left side that kind of like indicate when the market going to the upside, that kind of like indicate, okay, that got act as resistance. When the market going up, the left side got act as resistance, but the right side got act as support. And that's something that take me a while to understand. If we comprehend that, that changes everything, because if we look left, you can see the market had one rejection point here, right? It rejected here again. If we look on this side, we can see we had rejection here and we had a rejection. Just say we have a rejection here. What do you think can happen here on this side? It trying to come up so you can have a rejection. But now the right side got act as support. The right side got act as support and keep pushing it up. The left side got act as resistance and keep pushing it down. The right side got act as resistance, keep pushing it down. We could go back and actually back test this. I'm not gonna back test it at this point, but we can go back a few steps back to get to the point where we could actually just see the same thing repetitively happening over and over. Let's go to where we got good price action, where we could see good price action and see the market repetitively does the same thing. If we look, let me see, let's look at this part right around here. This kind of nice, right? I mean to pull that out. Let me get on this point right here. In the market, the one thing you have to do is be super confident to trade this market, right? So let's look at this right now. We got resistance here, right? The market break that and come back and acted as support. But look on the left side right here. The market rejected here, acted at this at resistance. The market now got use this to act as support. When the market done break this and find a new resistance level, which he find resistance somewhere about here, he come back and then find this as support. If I'm not mistaken, this I have one wick somewhere about here on the candlestick. See, like it got some kind of wicks them to the bottom. It not come exactly down to the support, but it came close enough for you to understand that the market looking to go up, right? The market then come find resistance up here again. Now look at it with the candlestick. The market find resistance right there. Right here, right? It not gonna always be accurate, not 100% accurate, but it find resistance and then it drop, right? Then the market come back and find this level as support. The right side as support. Right side, support. Left side, resistance, right? Now that the market coming down, it does switch to the opposite side, which is like, if it coming down, boom, we find the left side as support now. Now the left, when it coming down, the market I find the left side as support and the right side as resistance, right? So that's just something that I learned over the time and just marking up the charts over and over. If we look at it, let's look at one bearish market, right? We look at one bullish market, but then gold been so bullish. Okay, right here got like an example. We could just put this like this with the candlestick. When the market going up, we are find the left side as resistance and we drop back. Then we are find the right side as support. The market going up, the left side and be resistance, the right side and be support. Boom. Right? We don't comprehend that. When we coming down now, the left side gonna be support and the right side gonna be resistance. Resistance, support. Then we drop again left side gotta be support, right side gotta be resistance. And that just to create the same thing over and over. Look, the market break, boom, 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 boom. Same thing repeating itself over and over. So it's like the market doesn't change that much over the period a couple of years. It repeats itself over and over, to be honest. But it's like coming to the point to understand this chart more and more. It's like seeing the money right in front of you print. It crazy. Look at this level that the market come, left side, resistance. We found resistance level right up here. This whole zone would be like a resistance level here. This whole area, resistance level right there. The market come, rejected that, break this level of support and start to drop. Boom, 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 boom. Same thing repeating itself over and over. See? It's like it's just a repetitive, perpetual something that repeats itself over and over. I don't know how even to explain that. It's so simple. But then at the same time, it's based off of me and you as a trader to be able to understand how to approach this market in the right way to get the most benefit out of it. It's like when we mark the market, when we mark this off, we can see that the market repeats itself, right? Countless amount of time. It do never be accurate. Do ever expect the market to be accurate 100% because that just do work like that. What I mean by that is do ever expect the market to reject at one significant price, like make it a zone where it has multiple price on the inside of that zone. That gives you more understanding of where that support level could be and how you. It's not like when that market come to that point, you gotta take a buy right away. You gotta wait for the market to create something, some kind of reversal signal, some kind of pattern that you know, in order for you to then react to the market. And one problem that I used to have before, well, I used to mark off support and resistance like this. And that no nothing wrong with that. Absolutely nothing at all. But you gotta understand that not just because it came to this price, that mean it got actually reject. It doesn't work like that. The market is to understand that if the market came to this price, you gotta wait for the market to react to that and show you some kind of signal and pattern that the market reacting to that level. And it's a great probability that it could bounce from that point. It either could go up or it could go down. But it just to really understand how the market got function from that level and what it got actually look to do. And there are things that, it comes with experience. Because if you come in the market and you just, I don't know how to put it, you come in the market and you just looking how to trade, looking how to make money, like I used to do before, it could actually mess you up because you gotta come and approach the market with the mindset that I gotta be patient and I gotta wait for the like, you know what I'm saying, the perfect setup, but I gotta wait for my setup to come in and play out. You understand? My setup to come and play out. See, like right here, this is a prime example. Here it come, it rejected right away. Here it come and it rejected right away, but here it didn't. It break the level and then it came back in on the inside and then it pushed to the upside, respecting this level of resistance, and then break into the upside back to go to the bullish side. And on that, I remember good when I was taking this trade. I was looking to short this market, but the market didn't go wrong. And then I ended up taking a long position, some about there, to try to push the market back up. But the market really just to repeat itself from one bullish to one bearish, from bearish to bullish. And looking at it now, looking at the chart right now, giving me more and more understanding that all you have to do is protect your capital as much as possible and trade with a lot of patience. And as a trader, if you have these things and you could put these things all together, shake them up in one box and bring out the skill set mindset, the trading skill set mind, it can actually become the part where can make you grow as a trader and become super great at it because it's like this market repeats itself countless amount of time. And nothing else that you could actually see on this. We could go to say GBP, JPY, which that one in my next pair, but he not doing that much, right? Let's go to GBP USD. I think I actually have some movement in the market, right? Look at GBP USD. I do trade this, my cousin does, and just look at the market, right? If you mark this level off right here, if we mark this level off right here, we can see that the market actually just been creating the same thing over and over. We drop this down to a lower time frame. We could actually see that it's not nothing else for you to actually learn when it comes to trade in the market. If you could learn the basic about trading, which is support and resistance, you can make money. That would be the solid side of trading in the market, because the market only have that same approach countless amount of time that it creates support and resistance, bounces from one price to the next price. The most important thing is how you got approach the market when it reached to that price, how patient you could be when the market reached to that. The thing about the market to do is be super patient. When you hear me say super patient, I'm talking about the most patient person you could be in the world. The next thing is to control risk to the maximum. It's like if the market come to this point and it give you this confirmation that this bullish engulfing, that not bullish engulfing, but it's a bullish candle right there that show me that the market respecting this level of support. So one thing that I used to do before that I do no more, and I'm not gonna be doing no more, is like I would be like 100% confident that this market I'm pushed to the upside, which nobody not gonna ever be sure what the market gonna do next. So it's like if you could protect your capital by risking either 0.5% to 1% maximum, I would say like 2% in your account, which that still seem too high. Excuse me, that still seem kind of high for a trader that coming from the bottom. I would say one trader that coming from the bottom shouldn't be risking more than 0.5% in your entire account, because the one thing you want to try to do is build over time, treat it like one business, as a like each trade as a client. You make some profits from this one, you make some profit from the next client, and so on, right? But the one mindset that I had was like, I need to make big money right now so I could start working so hard and then pushing myself so I could spend time with my kids. But that mindset been keeping me back for the longest period of time, because you trading and you approaching the market with the wrong mindset. It's like you trading the market, like I've been trading the market with the wrong mindset, thinking that I have to is thinking that I have to make all of this money right now, when the market that give you countless amount of opportunity every single week. It's like if you could just trade the market, say you come here and you trade 0.5%, and then you trade for two times your risk, 0.5%, and you trade to get two times your risk, you done made 1% of your account. You understand? Say you have an account that is $100,000 and you made 1% of that, that's easily $1,000. It's not a job that I know right now that paying $1,000 that you could make. Let me see how much hours this take before this trade play out. This trade played out in like, let me see. This trade played out in like, what time frame you on? We got, let me tell you, this trade played out in, what is this thing on? This trade played out in like 8 hours, 8 hours and 20 minutes, like somewhere around the like 8 hours max. In 8 hours, you had that trade played out. One more than that, that's an 8 hour job for $1,000. So that's the mindset that you're supposed to approach the market with, rather than approaching the market with the mindset that you got actually trade to make this pile of money. But you could actually have one trade that could be less time. You could have one trade that could be like 5 minutes or 2 hours or some shit like that and actually make good money. Let's go down to the lower time frame, right? You could have one trade that could be like, I would say, couple minutes rather than that amount of time. It could be like a lot less for you to make money on. Consistency is key. If you could do that consistently for a long period of time, it's super easy to see like this setup here. This break and retest here, say you get in the market, you put this right here, you trade for two times your risk, boom, right? The market push up, you don't get your two times your risk. We grab that, we put this here, right? The market, what name? At 3 hours, 4 hours, half of the time that you would have worked on that other trade, this trade played out. So if you treat this like one business and come to the point where you understanding how does that function, it's like comparing it to a 9 to 5 job. You could actually come and take one trade a day and profit one time and make good money and you good. You understand? One to two good trades. You don't need more than that. It's like you just actually need to come to the point to understand that a 9 to 5 job is you working 8 hours, slaving your body for somebody else that really don't care about you. So at this point now, the mindset that I approach in the market with, like a business mindset, is like trade the market, thinking, okay, I could make $3,000 in probably 5 hours or 8 hours, whatever the case may be. I just need to sit down. Say I sit down in front of the charts for 4 or 5. You don't need to sit down for 8 hours, but you sit down in front of the charts for about 3 hours a day or 4 hours a day to catch one move that could give you 2 times your risk or 3 times your risk over the period of 12 months, and you could profit, you could become a profitable trader. It's just a better approach than actually thinking about it in a short term. Let me make $10,000. Doesn't really make no sense. Let me try to make 2 times my risk on each trade consistently during the week and each quarter. If I could do this consistently each quarter, by the end of the year, I could actually end up with say like $200,000 in my bank account or my trading account and grow that big that I don't have to go back and work for nobody else. So it's a whole different approach in when it comes to the chart. When you come to the chart and you approach the chart with the mindset that let me try to trade the market and treat it like a business rather than trading this chart and treating it like a gambling something, it doesn't make no sense. So that's the whole approach in me going now in 2025, stepping back into the market right now, getting on the charts right now, and coming to the point where I know that I can make big money. Here you can see that this market looks super obvious, right? It look obvious, but it's not obvious. That don't mean that the market going up. If you come and you put your approach on the market, you got resistance there. What do you think he handle? Reject. Most of the time, he does the same thing. So if we look at Euro USD, we can see that the market currently moving to the upside, right? If we come and we analyze the chart, it's like the market will coming down, lower low, lower high, then it come higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low. So now we up to another level that the market sold off from this point all the way down to this point, right? So there is a probability the market could shift and start to come right back down. There's no guarantee that that market can continue to go up because it has two higher lows and two higher high point. It take me a while to understand that. So the approach to this market is do take the trade right here. You understand? This just no, it just doesn't make much sense. The trade would have been best to take here back to this level up here. That would have been the perfect approach to take Euro USD back to the upside. But no, it would be better to wait to see Euro USD break this level, and then we got all of this free space here that doesn't have so much traffic. If it break this level, then we have all of this space here that doesn't have no traffic on the left side because it doesn't have like a consolidation section like this or like this. So it's like now the whole approach of it to be is to be patient and wait for the market to give you a setup to then take the position calmly with no craziness in. It's like just take it calmly. Euro USD is one of the pair that move the most in the market, right? It's super simple. It always been simple. It been something that always that just create beautiful patterns and stuff like that. If we look at this structure point on the we look at this structure wise on the higher time frame, you can see what the market doing. Let's look at it right now. Super looking for buys, right? Look, we got structure, then we got structure all the way up here, turning points. I call these our turning points. This is the turning points in the market that the market actually rejected from. We could see where the market rejected from, and you could expect some kind of movement to happen around these levels. See, like right here, you would have thought, well, the market got to reject. It finds support. So the market rejected that level and then bounced. So next week now, this will be one big bullish engulfing candle. You could expect one retracement to then push to the upside. Euro USD always been a super great pair to trade. I might start looking back into it again because it's good to trade and then it low risk, right? it low risk and it good to trade. So see the market come out, find support here, and then it bounce. So now you would be expecting price to break this resistance level. And it's the same thing on each pair, bro. It's like the market repeats itself so much, but the honest thing about it is how we approach the market, how we as trader approach the market to then take is how we approach the market to then be able to make money from the market. You know what I mean? It's like if we look at it right here, boom. If we look at it right here, we could see like, okay, the market pushing to the upside, the market found support level right here, right? Beautiful support. I like use this a lot to be able to see exactly where close price was. So let's say we run this all the way across here, that close price for me. The market rejected that level. So what it's telling me right now is that there's a high probability that the market will continue to push to the upside, but there's a probability we could reject this level here. We could reject this level here, come out to this level before pushing to the upside and then going up. It's like all of that possible. But if he end up breaking that level of resistance, it's no need for him to come back down because then he use this level probably right here and then started push till he come back to this high up here. So it's like the market really to repeat itself over and over. And then Euro USD, he creates a lot of patterns and then he repeats himself, just like UJ. We could see we got the impulse down, and if we look left, the market got create white C left on the right side, right? And sometimes it'll take longer than it did over here, but then it repeats itself. See? Same thing happening over and over. The market creates the same patterns multiple amount of time, and you just gotta learn how to capitalize. Here, I would have actually just marked this off like this. We could see that's a bearish flag right there, right? So what we need now from that flag is for the market to come back up and find levels in where the market can respect that point. The market came back up, respected right there in that level, and then started to reject back down to the low. We can move this from here, and you could see again, the market repeated the same thing again, come up, rejected these level here, rejected these level here, and then boom, dropped again. Break support, break the support level right here, and then come back, rejected. Say we had support here, we had support here, we had support here, and then we had support here. What is going to become? Resistance level. It's just that simple. The market repeats itself over and over. This would have been like inside structure point. This would have been like the lower high. This would have been like the lower swing high. And this would have been the lower low. So the market then break out, come back, retested the level of resistance, and then drop big time to the downside. It's like super simple. I put Euro USD into my trading plan for this week, and we analyze the part to see which pair could actually give me the best outcome when it comes to seeing what setup I could take. Because for some reason, I'm noticing something now that I come and check all of these pairs all over again. Trading currencies and trading forex and trading indices and commodities, that ain't the same. Like trading US started, not the same as trading Euro USD or trading USD JPY, because they just have a whole different way creating patterns and how did it actually play out. Look at Euro USD, right? What he had, then look at USD JPY and look at see what he have. Some pairs that create super easy patterns for you to follow, some pairs that make it super hard. You could have seen this was super bearish at this point. And where you think he can end up? He end up right back down below here. Like this candle got come and form one whole bearish movement down to the downside next week based off of the weekly time frame. And I can't guarantee that it could do it next week, but most likely he will be targeting them lows down there. So it's like if you analyze the chart real good and see what the market giving you, it's a high probability that that could repeat itself. Super high probability that could repeat itself. It's like trading pairs that you understand is another thing. Like I've been trading one pair for the long period of time, right? USD, AUD, USD. I've been trading one single pair for the long period of time, which is gold. Gold do more exactly according to things that I learned in the market when I start trading. I start trading patterns. When I first started trading, I was in this group that I don't call the name, but I was in this group that I actually used to trade with that I learned how to trade in patterns. And then I was used to trade support and resistance. They used to use patterns. And that was something that I learned to trade. But at the same time, it was like, you know, learning different things from different people then take me into the point to let me try to learn different things instead of just focusing on, excuse me, instead of just focusing on one same thing, just let me try to learn um different approach to the market. So from here right now, I got actually add Euro USD into the Z target. Let me see if I could find him. Euro USD. Euro USD. Need him to be in the broker is 8 cap. I had a trade with 8 cap. So we got Euro USD into this right now. I think I need to reset my whole mindset to approach the market with a whole different point when thinking that you only could trade one pair or you only should trade one pair. That doesn't work for everybody, right? It works for a lot of people, but it doesn't work for everybody. So I wouldn't say everybody should actually take that approach. You should find out what works best for you and then trade that way. Because something that I learned is that trading one pair doesn't work for everybody. Trading multiple pairs doesn't work for some people. And at the same time, it's like low risk trading doesn't suit some people, high risk trading doesn't suit some people. And it affect them and they don't even know it. It's like if you trade in the market and you trade in one pair, but you trade in that wrong pair, just because you like that pair, you trade in that pair, but that pair actually not giving you something that you want, that mess you up. And I don't understand that you gotta figure out which pair works best for you and if you should be trading that pair or not. Because some pair actually doesn't some pair doesn't actually give you what you want. You understand? I like trading gold because of the simple fact that gold that pay really big and fast and they move fast, and I like trading US 30 because of that. That doesn't mean that they're the pair for me to trade. So that's something that I dive deep into as well to try to see if that's something that been affecting my trading. And I could be able to switch that up and then come back to the point where I could try to make better money by trading one pair that I fully understand and that I could actually trade better rather than focusing on some pairs that actually not giving me the best outcome. Like I know making like my skills not actually being um better by trading these pairs. My skill actually being affected by trading these pairs because there's something that I can't trade in the style that I like trading. I like trading with patterns and support and resistance. That my tool, like that my go-to. And from time I jump on Euro USD, I started to see things that I remember that I used to trade back then. It's like I feel like at some point I've been forcing myself to trade a pair that really doesn't suit me. Euro USD sometimes the reason I stopped trading it, sometimes it have a lot of news, it be crazy, it got a lot of stuff going on. But at the same time, it's like you gotta understand that if that a guy that work for you, that a one you should be with. If that a woman that you like, that a woman you should stay with. If that a woman that makes you happy, that's a woman you should stay with. So it's like looking at Euro USD was the first pair that I ever started trading when I started trading the market. Like the first pair that I started trading. And when I see things like this, I don't know what coming on. Like you could see this is a whole bearish this is a whole bearish channel here, but I know that this is a descending channel getting ready to push to the upside. You understand? You could see this happening, and you if you understand how the market the move, you could capitalize from it because it repeats itself. It's like look at this support and resistance form right then, right? Support and resistance form right here. Once he take these level out, I know exactly what to expect. It's like I know the market coming back to retest one out of these levels to then push to the upside. This would have been super easy for me to make money on. You understand? You do get these move on gold, you do get these move on you do get these move on US 30, the market just doesn't move the same. So it's like if you actually stick to something that actually makes sense, it could be way better for you to make money on. And that's something that I could do right now. I go in and look into Euro USD really tight, look into him, back test him, do some markups on him, see how the patterns them to play out and all of these different things. And I got how one approach with one big conversation. I had one big conversation with him this week because me and him look like we've been missing each other. And I think this could be something that could actually put me in a whole different space because looking at Euro USD and seeing how he to move and knowing that I only need to get certain types of movement during the day, I would like to be able to have some good trades on him. So it was super nice jumping on here today on this live and then going over some mental breaks and stuff like that. I feel like I have a breather at this point. Like I feel like I had a breather. I feel super good about being able to get on the charts for like an hour today and actually go over some of the knowledge and the missing points that I've been having. And I really want to get back to making some good bread on the chart. So I could dive deep into this and try to make some money by the end of this week and take trading to the next level. But beside that, it's like I out, you understand? We could get to the point where we could actually make good money in this market and do big things, man. So we gotta just make it happen, trading simple, but it has to do with who you is as a person. And I do feel like nothing else actually could make this, could make this work, but by getting better at the mindset, making your mindset, training your mindset to be disciplined, to be focused, to do things the right way and all of that. But beside that, I have to head out. So we catch back up in the next one, and I definitely am be taking some trades on Euro USD this week. Beside that, we out, no? Peace out, bro.